Now I drove all the way up to Wisconsin today to fetch this. The guy was selling it for about $100, and it's from a newer 2002 Cavalier LS model. And the nice thing about this one, it has the OEM ducktail spoiler that comes with the Z24. I'm kind of a sucker for these ducktails, so I see it, I buy it. Pretty simple, man. Now this latch is pretty cool because it does have an internal trunk release in case you get kidnapped and locked inside your trunk, which my Cavalier does not have. And again, mine's a 97. Yeah, right now on it, it's just a spoiler from Saturn, from a 1999 Saturn. I just threw it on there. Really no rhyme or reason for it. So it's gonna be pretty easy to do the swap. Since I got the deck lid and everything, I'm just gonna take this out, plug that in, and all I gotta do is just remove these 4 bolts right here, and then disconnect this wiring harness, and then just connect it all together on that. And I probably want to switch out the locks just so I can reuse the same one for my keys, because I don't have the keys for this one. Right, here are the 2 deck lids. I originally called this a Z24 rear deck lid, and essentially it's what it is, but in 2002 it switched over to the LS designation for their top trim model. And so you can already see some differences between the two. Most notably, you see it's got oval for the reverse lights, and then this one's more rectangular. Font differences. This one's a little bit more of a modern script. Now, taking off the lock cylinder is actually pretty easy. There's just this clip here that you just yank out, and then this thing has the plastic on top, which just pulls straight out with a little bit of effort. And then once that's free, this just slides right on out. And then obviously to install it, it's just going to be the opposite. You kind of line up the grooves, and then you'll push this in, connect that back together, put that clip in place, and you are ready to rock and roll. So you got 2 lock cylinders. The red spring is my original one that I have the keys for, and this gold one came off the yellow one, which I do not have a key. So I took off the rubber O-gasket that was on my original cylinder, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just swap. This one's got one that's 5 years newer. It's a little bit more flexible. It's not as stiff as this one. So I'm gonna put this one in there, pop it back in, and yeah, we should be in business. Right, so I got everything reinstalled. So now I'll just give it a little test run here to see if it works. Beautiful. So that's done. So next, just mount it in there, and we should be good. Right, so I got all 4 bolts tightened down. Next comes the wiring harness. There's not much to it. There's 2 light bulbs, which obviously connect here and there. And then you got the 3rd brake light right there that gets plugged into the harness. And that's really it. We are. Probably get a better view of the ducktail spoiler that comes on these Cavaliers. It's a little dirty. The guy I bought it from, he had it sitting around in his garage for a couple of years. And when mounting these screws back on, it's nice because you can just see where they originally were, since it wasn't painted over from the factory. So you kind of just line this up so everything's nice and flush, and you'll be okay. Not too shabby. Got all the wiring, you put it back in. Everything's connected. Now let's give it a nice little test close. definitely not a fan of the two-tone, but for now, it'll do.